안녕하세요. Hello, everyone.
안녕하세요.
Hello. How's it going? Welcome to the Overwatch World Cup 2018 Incheon, South Korea stage. I'm Malik Forte, joined by a global icon and national treasure, Golden Boy. We're going to be tag teaming in this whole thing, hosting it together. Man, how was yesterday? Did you have as much fun as I did?
Oh, I had such a great time. Everyone in Incheon, South Korea, amazing. Love you all. Yes. Amazing people. I mean, just the crowd's been incredible. And the games, man. The games were sick.
We ended with a banger yesterday for sure.
Yeah,
100%. For sure. Now, for those of you who haven't been watching the World Cup so far this year, this is the Incheon Qualifier, and there are 6 teams that are playing. We got Hong Kong, Russia, Finland, Chinese Taipei, Japan, and the home team, South Korea. Yes.
It's an easy pop.
Easy money. Now, and 2 of these teams will be advancing to BlizzCon, so there's a lot at stake here.
Yeah, that's right. And here's the thing, right? The format's a little bit different than what it was last year, right? It is all going to come down to the group stages. And let's actually take a look at, or let's actually say, the group stage and the matches. Let's actually take a look at the standings right now, because as it currently stands, Russia is in first place, South Korea in second. The map differential a little different there. Russia coming off a huge win against Finland just yesterday, our last matchup. Some are saying that was one of the best games of 2018. And then you have Japan and Chinese Taipei at 0-1, and then Hong Kong at 0-2, looking for a first win today. But it is not going to be easy, Malik, because their first opponent's kind of difficult.
It's a tough one, but you know nothing is set in stone. So let's go ahead and take a look at the schedule for today. We are starting off with Hong Kong taking on South Korea, as you heard Alex say. It's going to be a tough test for Hong Kong. Then Japan will take on Chinese Taipei. Russia versus Finland, that's going to be a good one, a potential second place match there. Then we have Chinese Taipei back again, facing off against Hong Kong, and we're going to end the day with South Korea taking on Japan. That's going to be crazy. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, that's going to be a good matchup, and I know that, listen, if yesterday was any indication, today we're going to have some quality Overwatch being played here in South Korea. But Malik, I think we got to bring out the first team. Let's just roll this bad boy on.
All right, I'm with it. So, without any further ado, let's welcome to the stage Team Hong Kong.
Now, despite being down 0-2, Malik, this team's still very much in high spirits.
Yeah, still in high spirits. It's not over for them yet. You know, they had a rough first day, but, you know, the first day is really about getting your nerves out of the way, kind of getting comfortable with it. And I think that today, they'll be a lot better today.
Yeah, well, you need nerves of steel, and I couldn't think of a better team than our next squad. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, South Korea!
Is it safe to say that this team possibly got over their toughest challenge yesterday?
Oh, without a doubt. Finland, many people were, predicting that Finland could have beaten South Korea. But this team, they have a steel resolve, and it showed in that matchup. Going all the way, the distance is what you can ask for in some quality Overwatch.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been one pick that made the difference. Well, the boys are ready. I don't know about you, Golden Boy, but I'm ready.
I'm stoked. You guys ready?
You guys ready? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, well, buckle up, everyone. This one's going to be for the ages. Let's go ahead and get cranked up for this match with our casters.
Thank you very much, Golden Boy and Malik. Here we are, Harry. Day number 2 of the Overwatch World Cup 2018. Game number 1, we've got South Korea back in the hot seat, facing off against Hong Kong.
Of course, South Korea already having won 2 games. They're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves, but maybe a little bit of their confidence shaken by that shellacking that was given to them by Finland yesterday. One of the greatest matches we've ever seen. We're watching it in the back. Sabiobi was screaming at the entire map. High spirits.
Yeah, he was going a little bit crazy. And we heard the Korean commentators as well just screaming, Jonak, Jonak, Jonak. Everybody was getting hyped up, especially in the home crowd audience as well.
But you know what our audience was screaming? Spec Mui.
Yeah,
that's because Mui from Hong Kong, he's a madman.
He was popping off, man. I mean, look at this roster as a whole, right? You have 3 members from Hong Kong Attitude, and you want to say one person that did pop off, like you just said. It was Mui in that DPS role. He was honestly taking it to Carpe more often than not. His Widow play is just crazy.
Not only that, but Macau and Mango Drive from Hong Kong Attitude as well. Very experienced players, and they've been showing up as well. I'm Crazy and GZQQ on those those tanks, they're going to have to step up today, show us what they have.
Absolutely, and I want to talk about Korea. I mean, we are in Korea right now, in Incheon, and I want to just bless this roster right now. Carpe, just absolute god. He showed us so much yesterday. Doomfist, we even saw a little bit of Brigitte from him, mostly the Widow. He was clicking everybody's heads, and then you have Fate, who brought out the Wrecking Ball as well. Just such a performance from them.
Definitely not a fish out of water here in the home counties of Korea, but of course, we're going to be moving straight into the map, Jaws, and we're starting off on Control.
Yep, Control, and it will be Lijiang Tower to first start us off, and then Hybrid, Assault, straight onto Escort. And, you know, if you don't know how Control works, we've got a small video for you.
It's Control. Two teams fight head-to-head for control of a common objective, located in the middle of the map. To capture the objective, your team must stand within its range for a set amount of time. Capture percentage is continually given to whichever team is in control. The enemy will fight to clear your team off and capture the objective for themselves. Losing control will pause your progress. Now your opponent gains capture percentage. If both teams are on the objective when one of them reaches 99% capture, the game enters overtime. This extends play indefinitely until one of the teams is cleared off. The round ends when either team achieves 100% capture. Each round is played on one of the map's 3 unique areas. Control is best of 3, so whichever team captures 2 objectives wins.
And with that knowledge, you'll be able to be a professional Overwatch player as well, especially on the Control game mode. Here we are, Harry. Lijiang Tower, Hong Kong over on the white on the left-hand side, and South Korea over on the blue.
We're going to be starting off on the gardens. You can see that circular koi pond around that central pavilion. That does give environmental depth. Also, if you get booped into there, you're not coming back. You can't be resurrected by Mercy. However, in this central pavilion, central cover does mean that Winston can, or rather that Hammond could move around there very quickly using his grapple, but it does look like both of our teams are going to be opting to go for the Winston tank line here to move in, try and dive onto some unsuspecting targets.
Mui expecting Libero to come out on the far, and that's exactly what he has drawn out from us. Ark is going to be pocketing him on that Mercy. And Crazy's going pretty low already. They're just having a small brawl on the card. Mui's still trying to look for Libero in the midair. Carpe already taken out GCQQ's mech. Uh-oh, not where you want to be if you're the Ana. And even Fate now just corralling the back line. Mango Giants are going down. Team South Korea already finding a team wide. They're going to jump on the point and get a swift cap.
Unfortunately, Mango Giant and Jazzy there both retreated in different directions out of that back building where the mini health pack was, so they were split up from each other and could not heal each other to try and aid when the South Korean dive came through either from Fate and Carpe or from Libero, who is all over Jazzy on that Ana, getting a quick whoop and a couple of rockets, but already they are back in, and Crazy's gone deep and he's fallen low as well.
Big dive, Infosense coming out from Carpe, so to spot everybody out. Mango Giant up going down to a boot from Libero, who's high in the sky. 48% is extremely low, had to actually dip back down to earth, but Carpe still trying to look for some heads. That was almost an arrow landing on him. Sonic Arrow will reveal his location. Beautiful headshot from Carpe there. Doesn't quite find the kill, however. Movie's still looking for him. He's 60% on his own emphasize.
The headshots on the tanks, though, do mean that Hong Kong can build up their support ultimate. You can see that Jazzy has the nano boost and has already been applied to Am Crazy.
Trade in, he's going to dive in too. He's going to try and look for Ark, and Carpe just getting out of there. Instant transcendence from Jonak to keep everybody alive. Beautiful nade coming in. Actually going to hit Fate and causing him to just play a little bit more passive in this small building, but Jonak's there. He wasn't naded. He was ready to fight. Takes out GCQQ, and Carpe finishes off the mech. And still controlling the point here, Harry. 60% now for South Korea.
Attempting to escape. Jazzy's feeling a little bit frisky as well. He's going to come out on his own, but could be caught out by Carpe here as his eyes on Jazzy's angle. Libero's also got the eyes there as well. We'll have to see if Carpe can make the shot. For now, he's got his eyes on Mango Jive, but he's going to miss the first one there. Sending out a Venom Mine to make sure that anyone who comes through that back room is going to be revealed to it.
Oh, Am Crazy dives in. He was already half HP before he actually hit the ground. Transcendent is going to be unleashed for Hong Kong. They are going to move forward. However, with Am Crazy going down, they have no real front line to make use of that. Dragon's available, and even Mui does have that emphasize available through a couple of moments as well, but Carpe, he's already got his second one almost, 75% already.
They can use that emphasize to inform where they're going to place the Dragon, because obviously Macau is going to see where everybody is using that emphasize. Carpe now under pressure from Am Crazy, and they're going to pile on with the self-destructive center.
Dragons with the bomb as well, doesn't quite catch anybody. There'll be also a bomb coming out through for Mako, but doesn't quite find anybody either. Jazzy comes up big, finding 2 frags, 3 in fact. Libero's going to go down as well. Jazzy, all right, he's earned himself another nano boost almost, 80% 86% on the clock, and Hong Kong get the flip.
Sometimes Jaws, you just got to go DPS Anna. Jazzy taking matters into his own hands there with the help of Macau, and here we see the replay of how the Anna came out. He does have that bio grenade, will cancel any healing coming out. Great advantage of the Dragon Strike positioning that was forced.
Yeah, just corralled Arc straight back, and hey, guess who's there? It's Anna with the biotic rifle. Easy game. Now Mui is trying to look out for Carpe once again, but Carpe does have those emphasize. Only need one more win for South Korea, and they should be able to claim the point. However, they got to move their way through this tight corridor. Transcendence coming through from Jonak very early. Libro's going to unleash that barrage. Ends up killing Jazzy. Main DPS now down for Hong Kong. He's definitely been DPSing the whole bunch. Now he has to find Mui. Carpe ends up getting him first though, so Libero now free high in the sky, can do whatever he pleases. Carpe doing just that. Mango Jai is going to go down. Jonak now chasing people out of the mech. Fate is going to finish him off. Jonak finds the headshot, and that'll be overtime ticking through. South Korea are going to find Gardens.
Jazzy sending out a couple of warning shots and the loving nade towards Jonak, but not enough to finish him off and not enough to claim Lijiang Tower Gardens Jaws, and that does mean that South Korea now are on map point here on Lijiang Tower. To see what they are going to do as we move into control center. This is a more tank-heavy map, but let's forget about tanks for a second. Let's just have a look at Carpe putting on a masterclass.
How does he hit that shot under the Winston? The Winston jumped up for half a second. Bang! Shows the head. Carpe instantly.
Carpe lives in the Matrix.
I don't know how he does it, man. The guy lives in slow motion or something. Like the slow motion replays we see.
Stone cold killer.
I can't do it. He's happy with himself. Control center will be our next map. South Korea already up one, and I want to see what they're going to do. We can see, and we have seen a lot do this. Carpe, come on, mate, bring it out.
For now, I do think we are going to see some Reinhardt on both sides. Crazy and Fate will be responsible for that as they move in. We are going to see that there is Zarya on both sides now, which are going to be protecting their respective Reinhardts, and already Crazy has been overrun by the aggression of South Korea, utilizing that speed boost.
Jazzy's nade's been really good. You saw there just at the end, Carpe actually got inflicted with the bio nade, meaning he can't receive any healing. It's going to be 3-3, the order of the day from South Korea. Jonak, though, opting for something a little bit different. No Zenyatta, no Moira even, and the main heal of choice will be the Ana for today. Crazy going a little bit low, so going to get healed up, but another Bionic Grenade's coming through, this time at the hands of Jonak, lands straight on Crazy as soon as he dropped that shield, and that will be another team fight win for South Korea. Although with both fronts going down, this could actually be opened up, but Carpe, he's pretty high charge right now, can just face almost anybody.
Didn't even purposefully drop a shield, it was a shield bash coming through from Libero, and that 1 second stun was taken advantage of. Mue's all the way around the back, he's trying to find Jazzy, but no, Arc's found him first. He's going in with the SMG. The duel.
Arc with the punch kill. Mui ends up going down. Nice Bionic Grenade yet again from Jazzy, but they're locked up in the Graviton Surge. Carpe, Mega, and Jonak get the names on the board. Lighting up nice and blue. 35% now on the board for South Korea.
Carpe having been the Nano Zarya there with a lot of charge, doing a lot of damage as well. Laid down with Graviton, everyone was brought in, got flicked with a Bionic Grenade, and then it was all over from there. Crazy still looking to build up towards that Earth Shadow, but Fate's going to try and beat him to a punch. He's at 93% of the way thus far, and a single Flame Strike will do it, but he's going for the charge instead.
Hey, he doesn't need a Flame Strike when you can just get the charge. He gets knocked down, slept also, but it doesn't seem to matter. Carpe comes in with a triple kill. Fate with a beautiful Earth Shattered, sends them packing. Mui's just going to hang out on the right-hand side. Can't quite find anybody. Nice boot from Arc there, does finally finish off the Zarya, pushing her all the way back and deleting all that charge she built up.
South Korea currently wanting Ferals, but are quite close to a few. Meko's going to have that self-destruct soon, and the Nano Boost and Rally are coming up as well. But Mango Jai has the advantage, yes, with Transcendence. Potentially can draw that out first, escort his team into the midst of a point, and then try and brawl out there. Because at the moment, South Korea are always dictating the tempo, and making sure that Hong Kong are playing their game.
Charging, Crazy is going to find Jonak a lot of damage. Nano as well on Crazy. He's a pretty hardy target, but Carpe's already taken out Mango Jai. Another kill for Carpe onto Mikio. There's no way you can stop this man. Beautiful block as well by Fate. Oh my goodness, Jazzy goes down. Like, this is just torture for Hong Kong. South Korea find another team wipe. 99% ticks over. Lijiang Tower taken by South Korea.
GCQQ, they're dying without being able to use the Graviton. Couldn't use one of the entirety of Control Center. Such control was shown here on the Control Center, funnily enough, from South Korea. They were not phased yesterday. They are back on board.
Who needs a Nano Boost on a Reinhardt when you can just give it to Carpe on the Zai, just melting through the back line. As soon as we saw Crazy charge in, it was go time for Carpe. Easy build up of the ultimate as well. When you do have that nano boost, extra damage equals extra ult charge.
And there's such trust in the South Korean lineup of their calls. When you see Fate go forward and get that shatter in the enemy spawn, you saw that Ark went forward, he got the boop. Libero went forward, got himself a whip shot boop off the edge as well. And that's some great sort of like fearless play from Korea, because they just trust that Fate knows what he's doing and he's gonna hit those shatters, he's gonna connect.
Yeah, that 3-3 kind of devastating. And we mentioned in the previous fight, the second to last one, that they had Transcendence. Hong Kong had the Transcendence to use, but the problem is you've got to be scared of Jonak. As soon as he lobs that nade down, hits a couple of targets, they're not going to get that 300 healing per second.
Yeah, and you can't really force out that grenade early as well, because you don't really have that many diving heroes. Potentially you can send the D.Va in there to try and like harass him a little bit, but wasn't the case on this map.
Well, we're going to go on to Hybrid. That's going to be our next game type of choice, and it will be Hong Kong's turn to pick.
Yeah, you can pick any map from the Hybrid pool. You can pick from Numbani, King's Row, Eichenwald, or Blizzard World, but King's Row is where they want to go. They want to go into the narrow streets where snipers can rule, and so can a Reinhardt.
Yeah, the tanks can rule as well, like you just said. Maybe a 3-3 coming out from Hong Kong yet again, and Korea, let's be fair to ourselves. They're probably going to run Carpe on the sniper, but to give you a rundown on how King's Row and how Hybrid works, we've got a short video for you.
It's Hybrid. Two teams face off as either defenders or attackers. The attacking team has a limited amount of time to first capture a payload and then escort it along a set path containing 2 checkpoints. To capture the payload, the attackers need to stand within its range for a set amount of time. Defenders can delay capture progress by also standing in range. The attackers must work together to clear away the defenders. If successful, they score 1 point and gain additional time on the clock. The payload only moves forward when an attacker stands near it. Defenders can delay the payload's movement by standing nearby. To get moving again, the attackers must clear away the defenders by force. If even one attacker is capturing the objective or on the payload when the time runs out, the game enters overtime. This extends play indefinitely until the attackers are either cleared away or they gain more time by reaching a checkpoint. Every time the payload reaches a checkpoint, the attackers score 1 point and gain additional time on the clock. The round ends when the payload reaches the destination or when time runs out. Teams switch sides each round. Whichever team scores the most points and escorts the payload farthest wins.
And there we go with the Hybrid explainer done and dusted. And we are going to jump on to King's Row. South Korea, they're going to be on the defense first. Hong Kong on the offense.
I've got some flashbacks, Jaws, to the 2017 World Cup qualifiers, where this was where South Korea really made a name for themselves as a formidable team on defense. We saw a fantastic defense against Austria, who managed to hold first for so long, but Mue is trying to break the precedent already. Carpe is down, but Ark can go there for a resurrection if he so desires.
Let's go. That's what you want to see if you're a Hong Kong fan right now. Mui taking the head off of Carpe. Kills coming through for South Korea, though, and Crazy, GCQQ, and Macau are going to go down. Libero just lobbing in the bombs. Nice bit of charge as well, but it is going to force South Korea off that high ground.
Mango Jai feeling a little bit frisky and he's trying to escape, but it'll be under the scrutiny of Libero. Jazzy's still under there, got a lot of health and of course a little bit of self-healing as well, should it be desired. Meko's going to try and take him out of there's the pull to bring him back in from Fate.
Nice Macau kill though. There's a nice arrow onto Libero's head, just pin him against the wall, and that will be I'm Crazy now moving forward without fear of the Junkrat. Although he does get resurrected, Carpe finds yet another kill on GCQQ. I'm Crazy is going to fly on in, but it is extremely low, but Mako is there for help with the defense. Didn't quite eat that flame strike and actually eats it to the face, which means he's going to get demegged. Instant kill as well with the storm arrows, but Carpe is going to help finish them up.
Such great cooldown management from Fate to be able to protect himself when he's under so much scrutiny, because after he fortifies, he can be a pretty easy target to take down if you're using burst damage. Only half of his HP is armor, and that doesn't work so much against large arms fire, only against small arms fire. Carpe now does have Crazy revealed, and of course he has the Infrasight in his back pocket should it be required. He wants to know where a Roadhog's coming from, but for now, he's holding his nerve, hasn't popped it yet.
Nice retreat here from Carpe using that grappling hook. Jazzy and Crazy are just getting moved around. Crazy is so low, Carpe's actually going to take him out. A brief moment where he drops his shield does mean he gets sentenced to death. Macau does take out Ark, however, so no main source of healing now for South Korea, although Jonek still has that Transcendence. Carpe activating the Infrasights, they know exactly where everybody is, narrowly avoiding the hook, and that's actually going to force Hong Kong a little bit back here.
One hook traded for another, and Libero's going to blow GZQQ to bits. Carpe's going to get the hell out of there. Doesn't want to deal with Jazzy on the Roadhog, but he's going to get his friends in, call down his big brother to fight in Playground, and Jazzy's going to be cooked.
Oh boy, Jonak finding that kill, still with that Transcendence, ready and waiting. GZQQ with the Nano though, and Jazzy has got that whole hog, although not just now, just switched to the Zaya. Nano hog would have been nice to see, but it doesn't look like they were going for a full switch up. There's going to be one main heal. It looks like 3-3 actually.
Now, speaking of ultimates, South Korea do have 4 ready to go, including both their tank ultimates and both their support ultimates. They're going to be very hardy and resilient in the face of danger. Hong Kong look like they're trying to weigh up their options here. I'm crazy, not sure if he wants to go in, but he knows that Fate is now used for Hulk, so he can move forward without his movement being compromised.
2 support ults available for South Korea. I'm Crazy's going to move on to the point, but look at Carpe looking for some heads. Needs to kill the Moira, almost getting it. Carpe take the shot. Does end up missing and hitting Ryan in the back, but it sends him extremely low. I'm Crazy is going to charge to safety. Still has that shatter available, but still extremely weak. He's going to receive the armor pack and is going to jump on the health pack as well to almost top him up to full HP. There we go. Now moving up onto the ledge. Face Bongo is going to go down, so no more supercharger, but Mui is already going to fall. Mako getting the kill, and I'm Crazy just charges straight into Fate, who goes golden at the sight of it.
Oh no, not the phone box! Doctor Who isn't going to be happy, and neither is Fate. He's now going up against the entirety of the Hong Kong tank dive.
No, GZQQ gets D-Meg, Riptide coming through from Libero as well. I'm Crazy. Can't even kill a structure with the Earth Shatter. It's unlucky. If they were destructible environments, that would have looked very pretty, but unfortunately not in Overwatch just yet. Carpe now looking for the stragglers. Jazzy's going to get sent back to spawn fairly late.
Oh, Hong Kong need to make a collect call and ask for some more time. We've only got 13 seconds left right now, when Hong Kong look pretty much like they're going to have to use this Coalescence. South Korea is formidable as ever, and now they've caught out Mikau in the back. He's trying his best to survive. He's got a health back, but he's up against both Meko and Carpe.
Oh no, what a torturous situation. Fate is on the high ground. They do have a tick. Coalescence coming out to heal them all up. They might just secure another one here, but no, Fate says not today and jumps down onto the point. And with Arc activating that ultimate, can sit in the skybox pretty much to actually heal the people on the ground. Jazzy takes out Jonak, who has that Transcendence also, so this could be a way in for Hong Kong. I'm Crazy and GZQQ still on the point, and they gain a second tick. Carpe's coming back with a kill off the Mango Giant. Now Mako's turning it up. Mui and Jazzy are going to go down, and that'll be Libero finding another kill. He's back in the action. Another Riptire, and Hong Kong end up falling at the first hurdle, where South Korea do end up giving up 2 ticks here.
2 ticks accrued, Jaws, and that means that they don't have to play for the draw. They can play for a win here if they can hold first point of King's Row for 4 minutes and give up less than 80.4% of the capture to South Korea. Love to see if that's going to be possible, but it's a tall order, Jaws. It is a very tall order, and we saw the Libero bringing out some great Junkrat play there. I'm sure our co-caster Jake would be incredibly proud of that. Some great Riptides. They were usually onto solo targets, like we saw in demonstrating that either he wanted to take just GZQQ out on that Ana, or he wants to take out another target. Not trying to go for greedy multi-kills, he just wants to end fights fast.
Yeah, they knew if they took out the Reinhardt and Crazy, they were able to give Carpe a lot more space there and a lot less defense for Hong Kong, meaning he doesn't have to worry about a shield because he can just kill people regardless. I mean, you can stack up behind the Brigitte. In fact, we talked about it yesterday, but really, are you going to get in single file? Carpe is still going to
on attack as he came out of that mega health pack room up the stairs on the corner. He got trapped by Libero, had to wait with his team for a little while longer while that sort of all that broke under his feet. And then when he went for a charge onto Fate, Fate didn't even have to fortify because there was a trap right in front of him. He knew that he didn't have to spend that cooldown. That meant it was available later when he dropped down onto a point to try and contest that, because South Korea are relying on Fate's movements as the Orisa moving down from that high ground onto a point to make sure they're not giving up more progress than they need to.
South Korea now on the offense. They did actually, Hong Kong did actually reveal they have a Reinhardt. Not too much of a surprise, let's be honest, but it did flame strike the top. That might impact South Korea's choice of picks. However, doesn't look like Carpe's going to stick on this Sombra here. We are going to see Jonak on the main heal, of course, but this time Moira, and actually Libero is jumping straight onto that Genji. Carpe looking for maybe an early hack on the Reinhardt to delete that shield. We'll have to see what he wants to do.
There we go. Fate moving over from the Mercy onto the Reinhardt, and Mecha is going back too. It's going to be a 4-scale swap up here from South Korea, going over to the esteemed 3-3. They're not opting to go over Zenyatta here. They want to be able to brawl out on the point. They don't think that they need that additional damage because they're not going up against a hugely tanky composition. Instead, they're dealing with the double snipers.
2 ticks and a half, that's all they need to take the map. And Crazy is going to dive straight onto the point. There's going to be a mischarge here from Fate, and actually Crazy is going to take advantage of that and pin Arc to the wall. And even Macau taking out Carpe. Okay, let's go. Libero is on the point, but Fate is extremely low. Hasn't really got the main heals to back him up. Jonak is extremely low on charge, and Mui having to deal with Meko and is still going to survive. Beautiful nade, but he is going to get healed up rather promptly. That'll be Fate falling down last as well. A nice bit of charge here for Crazy, actually. He's already up to 80% on that shatter. Problem is, Fate, he's on 92.
Hong Kong could have gone for a little bit of a longer stagger there onto Mecha. They really need to play the time here. South Korea has already used a quarter of their time from 4 minutes to 3.
They got a tick as well. They've already got a tick. Hong Kong a little bit too late to the point there. Have already given up a tick. Remember, 4 minutes was the time, man.
Mui.
Oh, that's, again, this is what you want to see, Mui. And this was the span that was happening yesterday.
Spec Mui.
Spec Mui. And this is exactly why, truly the shining star of this Hong Kong roster wants to make sure his name is known worldwide.
Well, speaking of shining stars, we'll have to see if he's going to fall down or if he's going to stay in the air. Fate is ready to bring everyone down to earth with the hammer slam. He's got it ready to go. He's beat Crazy to it, but Crazy is now equaled out in terms of that ultimate charge. So much trouble here for Macau's going to have to lunge away.
They have Coalescence, they have Shatter, they're going for the long haul flank. Doesn't look like Crazy noticed they were there, now they know, yeah, they communicated that across. They're going to jump onto the point, he's going to run straight at Crazy. A Shatter gets blocked instantly, in fact no, he got hit one on the wall, but Fate is already going to claim the kill on Crazy. Mui takes out Carpe yet again, but they're going to cement themselves on the point with still ultimates available. Nano goes onto the Zaya for Hong Kong, and a Graviton Surge comes out as well, but beautiful Shatter is going to stop most of that damage coming through. That will be Mango Joy activating that Transcendence to keep them alive on the point, and Mui once again killing Carpe. 3-0 for him in this round, but Libero, Mako, Fate, they're taking over the game. Crazy charges in, charges to his death, and South Korea finish up the following members, and they will take King's Row.
A valiant attempt from Hong Kong with their snipers claiming kill after kill, but eventually the tank composition of South Korea just ground them down. Attrition was too much. Whoever died came back from that spawn in record time, whereas when you fell on the side of Hong Kong, you had to make that long run back. And now as we move into our half, South Korea find themselves on match point.
Match point 2-0. And hey, Hong Kong can still bring it back. They need to pick a map, it seems, that favors these sniper duels. Mui was 3-0 in that last round against Carpe.
I've got my bets on Temple of Anubis for our Assault map draws, and why not? Mui is on form today, and hey, he's hanging with probably the best sniper in Overwatch League, so he's going to be a happy boy.
Yeah, it definitely will be, and I'm sure it's one of the players that he definitely looks up to in that. All these players want to be placed in Overwatch League next season around, and this is the perfect stage to do it on.
Yeah, this is where all the eyes are for Overwatch League scouts, for teams coming in for Season 2. Like, hey, look at Hong Kong, look at Mui, look at Macau, look at Mango Jai. Crazy getting some nice pins as well.
Absolutely, he standing up to Fate, but the problem is right there is that he is going for these aggressive charges, and Fate is just taking advantage of that. We saw Crazy win out on the charge still once. He did manage to pin Arc on the Lucio, pretty hard target if you ask me, and that was where it really kind of stepped up for Hong Kong. However, they did lose a tick fairly early on, which kind of led to their demise, sorry.
Yeah, and Meko is always there to protect Fate, one of the most trusty off-tanks that we've seen in all of Overwatch.
Doesn't look like we got an interview down on the stage, though. Malik, take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm here with Mui from Team Hong Kong. Mui, first and foremost, I'd like to know, how have you been enjoying it here in Incheon, South Korea?
所以你也是第一次来南韩吗？是不是？那如果是的话，你觉得南韩对你如何？就是你喜不喜欢这个地方？
喜欢，喜欢，就是喜欢啊。
He just really enjoys South Korea. He loves it.
He's really enjoying himself. You heard it from Mui. All right, now, you guys got off to a bit of a rough start yesterday. What was some of the lessons that your team learned playing the matches against your opponents yesterday?
昨天因为都没有赢比赛嘛，然后其实有一点就是以一个比较不好的开始，可以这样讲。可是昨天也学到了很多东西，对不对？所以就是跟昨天这么多对手打，你有没有学到什么东西？然后今天会改过去的过错，然后再继续加油。真的。
就虽然我们比赛打得很差，可是我还是谢谢就是各位看我们的比赛，这样子。然后 尽量我们还是会享受每一场比赛。对。
He's saying that although I know we're not winning, but at the same time we're really enjoying it, and thanks to all the opponents that we play with us, so it's a lot of fun, and I will enjoy the rest of the games and rest of the tournaments.
Awesome. Well, it sounds to me like you're learning gratitude, and that is very important because your gratitude determines your latitude. Well, thank you very much, Mui. Best of luck. And guys, right now it is Team South Korea up 2-0 on Team Hong Kong. Will Hong Kong find their footing, or will Team South Korea continue to roll? We'll find out right after the break. The Overwatch World Cup is brought to you by T-Mobile, America's fastest network ever. And by Omen by HP, the official PC of the Overwatch World Cup.
Hey, Doa, thanks for the ride.
No problem.
I've got something you've got to hear. This car has a pretty good sound system, right?
Yeah, the best.
Excellent. Because we're going to need to hear the whole range to really appreciate this. It's a thing of beauty. You ready?
I am as ready as I'll ever be.
This is Monte Cristo, and today we're going to take a look at a strategic breakdown of the latest match between the Los Angeles Gladiators and the Seoul Dynasty.
Of all
right
the
off the bat, we're going to get a couple of
tones.
environmental kills. But
Oh,
I
hear it.
At the
I
response as
feel
well
like I've
from
heard
the
this one
side
before.
of the
It's
Seoul
like
Dynasty.
Honey
Visual goes
dripping
in,
into your
notice
ears,
that
all
on
of the
opposite side,
treble and the
Seoul
bass
will bring in
working
Miro
together
and
in
Munchkin
perfect
to
harmony.
pressure
Oh,
and support
it's a
players
thing of beauty.
from
It's
the
like an
Gladiators.
Ancient
Quickly,
Norse
Big
deity
Goose will be the
decided
first
to
one to
open
fall
his
on
mouth and
You just don't appreciate art. That's it. That is definitely it.
Shamelessly original, the Toyota CHR. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is Hong Kong versus South Korea. South Korea right now 2-0 up in the series.
yeah, as we're going to move into Assault. South Korea looking pretty dominant thus far, and as usual, the star of the show, it's Carpe.
Yeah, oh, Carpe every single time. Mui was taking it to him though. Carpe, however, just an absolute monster on the Widowmaker. You pop him on any kind of sniper, any kind of high aggressive DPS, he's going to be showing up big time. And you can see there a couple of stats on your screen, 21% correct accuracy, not too bad at all. But look, final blows to anti-limbs, like, it's just insane.
And you can see how many of his eliminations are final blows. He's always able to close out those kills, even if it's on tanks. We saw Crazy drop his shield for just a few seconds and Carper straight in there. He wasn't giving him any chances. Just best reaction speed.
Yeah, the crazy thing about it as well, we talked about it in-game, in fact, was the fact that a lot of these Riptides from Libero were coming towards Crazy just to kind of delete him, remove him from the map, and then Carpe had a bit more of a free reign on the Widowmaker. No shield, no problem, just means Carpe has a better line of sight.
Yeah, and when you can remove that shield and you guys still have it, either with Fate on the Orisa or for Reinhardt, it means that you have a huge zone of influence in which Hong Kong cannot exist, but where you can.
Yeah, let's have a look what our next map is going to be. Right on your screens right now. It will be, obviously, Assault. It looks like we're going on to Horizon.
Horizon Lunar Colony, not what I was expecting given how Mui and Carpe are currently trading blows on the Widowmakers, but Horizon can have a few niche strategies, Jaws. We haven't seen this in quite a while, especially on our current patch, so I'm expecting some surprises.
Looks like we got a sub coming in. Crazy is out. Yi Wind is coming in on the main tank.
Indeed he is. This could be Hong Kong's secret weapon. They're up against the wall. Jaws, match point here for South Korea, so we've got to try something crazy. And unfortunately, they're getting rid of Crazy. We're going to bring in old reliable Yi Wind.
Yi Wind. Hopefully he can scatter South Korea to the 4 wins. We'll have to wait and see. And hey, Assault can be a very, very snowbally game type and snowbally game mode. If Mui is able to get a couple of kills on Carpe to start us off with and suppress Arc enough that he can't actually go for the res, hey, that might be their way in.
Yeah, if you can get rid of that resurrection mechanic, then you can get a good numbers advantage going pretty quickly.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see how it's going to go down. We'll be jumping onto Horizon Lunar Colony very soon. Let's get into the action. Into the action.
Into the action.
Anyway, not into the action just yet, apparently.
There it is. There's the action. The action you know and love here from the Overwatch World Cup 2018 group stage in Incheon. Welcome to the moon, Horizon Lunar Colony.
They just wanted to make us wait, make us look a bit silly. Well, hopefully Yi Win's going to come in and make South Korea look a little bit silly. They will be on the offense first. South Korea on the defense. Hey, there we go. Of course, Carpe's going to be on that Widowmaker. Libero coming up on that Junkrat again, though, to punish that tank line.
Yeah, Libero on this Junkrat, he does do 120 damage for every frag that is thrown out, and the concussive mine has a maximum damage of 120 if you hit it directly, but it does have a pretty steep damage drop off towards the edge of the blast radius. However, the knockback still applies its full effect, which means that you can disrupt a formation that can come through if it's more of sort of like a meatball-y composition where everyone's really stuck together trying to take advantage of area-based healing. But looks like Hong Kong are going to be going for that. Instead, they have the dive tanks up here. Yi Wind, now the main tank, is going to be playing on that Winston, and GZQQ is going to be joining him on the Diva. Once again, double snipers are coming out, but we've got to contend with the one and only Big Fish.
Oh yes, they do. I'm seeing Jazzy right now on this Ana, and I'm quite excited. However, two very immobile supports could be Carbe's hunting grounds. However, it does mean if Mui does end up winning out this Widow duel, Jazzy and Mango Jai are going to have a very easy time actually moving up with their dive tanks.
Once they've broken the shield, in goes Yi Wind, but he's falling very low.
Beautiful sightlines here from Carpe. You can see he was just waiting. Doesn't want to peek and actually get some early initial kills. He knows these supports cannot fly off him. You're not a Mercy. You are an Ana. You are boots on the ground. Meaning, that was a nice shot.
That was actually very smart there from Fate. He didn't use his shield once more, and now he's put it down to shield up Arc as he goes for Resurrection. But I want to talk about what Fate did there on the defense. He didn't refresh his shield's HP so that he could put it down again after Yi Wind jumped into him, because after he dived in, the shield went down behind him, and that meant that Jazzy couldn't use that long-range antibiotic rifle healing because it was blocked by the shield. It meant Yi Wind took a whole lot of damage and died far more quickly than Hong Kong assumed.
Bit of a different offense here coming through from Hong Kong, and they are sending their tanks on the left-hand side this time. Maybe to flank Carpe. It doesn't like actually they're going to go straight to point. Fate's actually going to go down. Carpe is going to find the return kill, but Libero with that tire is probably going to hunt the supports. Just waiting it out, stalling it for the time being. Remember that voice line is global, so everybody's going to be able to hear it. Doesn't want to actually get on top of that Widowmaker. Knows you can one-shot it, but it's going to satisfy himself with a D-Mech instead.
D-Mech onto GZQQ is going to have to go rather far if he wants to get himself killed, but no, Fate's going to have the Mercy there. They're not going to go for the staggers this time. Hong Kong going to have GZQQ returning to the mech and returning to the fray rather soon. There's the respawn coming through. But Hong Kong haven't even touched the point yet, Jaws. They may just have to try and move past the South Korean defense because Orisa's compositions are at their most vulnerable while the Orisa is mobile. Because once Orisa sets up and stationary, that's when she's at her most dangerous.
Another dive DPS coming through. We have got the Tracer now on the side of Hong Kong, but Jazzy has that Animus. He's ready to rip and raring to go. However, the problem is right now, everybody's pretty low and everybody's actually not in a sight line. This is the problem with Ana. You can't really move across this ginormous area in front of him, because this will happen.
Great
You will
eat
get
onto a
grabbed out,
grenade
and
there.
Carpe is just going to gun you down.
Meko there using the defense matrix to eat the bar grenade so that Jazzy couldn't heal himself. That's the only method of self-healing you have as an Ana. But Hong Kong, they have used a good amount of their time now. They do have 1 minute and 30 left. They've got 2 support ultimates in the bank, but look at South Korea. Jaws have got 5 ready to go, and Carpe doesn't even give a damn. He's just gone all the way forward with that damage boost from Ana, going in with a submachine gun.
They know they don't really need to expend anything here. A lot of the tanks from Hong Kong are just going on solo missions. Remember, Ana can't really move anywhere. He has got Nano though. Maybe they go for the dive again, try and force out that Transcendence fairly early, because it's quite crucial to their plans. So I have to wait and see what they want to do. They're going to be able to spot out the Ana, however. Jazzy getting dragged in once again, but Yiwind is going to go for this long flank. Mango Jai also has that Transcendence, but still, got to contend with it. There's the Nano boost, but instant kill from Jonak onto Jazzy. That's a nice kill onto Carpe though, removing 1 damage potential threat from South Korea. But with that, Yiwind is going to just tail on out of there. The problem is there's a lot of damage incoming. You don't have that damage resistance anymore as soon as that Nano boost wears off.
And with Jazzy being taken down as soon as the Nano boost was put out, it did mean Yiwind didn't have that shielding or rather healing behind him. He did force Fate to use that shield defensively, however, so it can be used to offensively deny the healing from Yiwind. Mango Jai, of course, he's got the Transcendence, but Transcendence isn't a vertical ultimate, Jaws. It works on a very lateral plane. You aren't able to move up between verticalities very quickly. So you've got to get your Zenyatta up there before he uses it.
Zen v Zen, Jonak wins it out. Another tire onto GTQQ's Meg, and it actually kills Yiwind as well. The splash damage coming through. 15 seconds now remain for Hong Kong. They are going to be able to touch the point, but the problem is it's only a Tracer versus Meko. It has that self-destruct. Hasn't needed to use it just yet, and Carpe still has that as emphasized. 5 seconds now remaining, and now Mako is just permanently putting himself on the point, just making sure they can survive. Primal Rage and Winston's coming in, but already half HP. Libro's going to take him out of the sky with a bomb, and even Mikao going down as well. South Korea finding a full hold on Horizon.
Well, they thought bringing out the pocket pick of Horizon Lunar Colony would work better for Hong Kong, but South Korea, Jaws, they're incredibly prepared to head off to the moon. South Korean space program's going very well as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, apparently it is, and we're going to jump onto Hong Kong's defense now. They need to defend against South Korea. They only need 1 tick on the board, and they will claim the series. They are a match point after all.
They will. Question is, what are we going to see from Hong Kong to try and play for this draw? Technically now, there is no situation in which Hong Kong can win this series, because the best they can hope for here is to draw this series up and then win the next one, which would result in a 2-1 where we cannot go to a 5th map because, well, South Korea would have already won that. So, right now, it's all about pride, Jaws. Hong Kong trying to muster some national pride. I know they've got some supporters in the audience. There's some good support for Hong Kong attitude in this region. We'll have to see
rally up,
if they can muster that. Yeah, they've got to rally up. They've got to channel their inner Brigitte.
Exactly. Maybe bring out the Brigitte. Just stick yourself on the tank, refuse to move, then Orisa maybe double shield. I don't know. We'll see what they want to do. I wouldn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me in the slightest that we actually see Mue on the Widowmaker. We've got to see him on it, man. Like, he might as well just show off himself at the moment. And to be fair, he is. He's taking Carpe for a ring around the rosy. South Korea on the offense. We'll see what they want to run in about 30 seconds. But Mue just sitting up on the high ground. And it looks like they're going for a bit more of a South Korean defense here also. Just setting up with that shield from Orisa.
The old notice me coming from Mue, and we certainly have thus far. He was one of the bright spots of that offense, managed to pick off Carpe multiple times. But Fate's shield usage with the arrest was really good for defending Arc when those resurrections were required. Arc was able to go far more risky than you would assume. And South Korea still having a couple of swap-ups here, trying to decide what they want to play with. Fate's not going to go in with the Hammond this time. We know that he does like to play it from our match against Finland yesterday, but Jonak going to be moving over onto a DPS. We do know that he can aim, and now he's on the Sombra to prove it once more.
Yeah, maybe he's going to translocate backwards just to see what everybody else is running. We'll have to wait and see. Double dive DPS coming through with the double dive tanks as well. South Korea. Uh-oh. Don't want to get him pro Carpe. Mue, you're not Widowmaker anymore. You have to face off against Carpe Tracer, which is also quite scary.
Well, Carpe Tracer only has 150 health, however, and Mue can kill him in 1 body shot if he's damage boosted,
Sneaky
or
boy.
if there is a Discord Orb on that hero. And Jonak in the back, ready to try and force everyone onto a point at moment's notice.
Yeah, they know he was there, and in fact you could see everybody trying to rotate to try and get him out. But Translocator, the little beacon, does last for an indefinite amount of time now, meaning that you can just translocate back to base if necessary, and so is the invisibility, just remains there until you are spotted out by some primary fire, or if you do reveal yourself after primary firing. There's a light there on the point. There's Jonak. GTQQ getting hacked. Carpe's going to go in with the Tracer as well. Gives everybody a friendly hello. GTQQ's mech is going extremely low. They're going to plant themselves on the point. Already got half the capture completed. But Mue, there we go. That's what we wanted to see. Takes out Carpe on the Tracer. Is going to challenge Ark as well, who's afflicted with the Orb of Discord, meaning they're now just going to perch themselves on the high ground, but still, South Korea with bodies on the point.
And Jonak and Carpe will be able to return to their fray rather quickly, but Face taking a lot of damage. Ark needs to heal him up. Muwei dodging out of there with a grappling hook, and Yuwind is forced onto a point. He used both his cooldowns.
Oh, Yiwin's going to go down as well. Jazzy coming in, showing off some DPI, but no, Mako is going to push him away and execute him. South Korea are going to find their third map win. 3-0 in the series and a series win.
Nice bit of spin tech there from Jazzy, trying to make himself much harder to headshot. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter when you're just getting ran into by Meko, because you can cancel that resurrection with knockback and displacement abilities if you move Mercy far enough away from the soul of the player that she's trying to resurrect, and that's exactly what happened right there. Meko denied that. They couldn't get their main tank back, and unfortunately without the main tank there of the Orisa, it meant that Hong Kong's defense fell apart.
Yep, that does mean we're jumping on to Escort as our final game type of the day. We've seen a lot of Escort maps recently. We've seen a lot of Rialto. I kind of hope it's that. We'll have to see what they want to do, draw out. And we've seen a couple of interesting strats. South Korea versus Finland yesterday, holding right up to the gate. That was pretty nice. Finland just hitting them where it hurt.
Yeah, hit them where it hurt. We'll have to see if Hong Kong can do the same thing. Once again, I will iterate that our map pool is completely open here at these group stages, meaning that you can pick any Escort map that you wish. I think that's Risk 66, Watchpoint Gibraltar. We've got Rialto. And one more, which I'm forgetting.
Dorado.
Dorado! That's it.
That's actually one I was thinking about.
Dorado.
Hey, you want to jump on Dorado?
I want to see some Dorado.
Same, honestly.
But
just pop the pinatas head. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, if you punch that sombrero, it goes flying. It's very amusing.
Exactly. That's one of the best things, honestly, about just playing around in Overwatch just before the game starts, just punching everything that can physically move.
Yeah, beautifully destructive environment.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, not phone boxed on King's Row.
Unfortunately not. Let's have a look at what that map is, though. We'll see what they want to play for Escort. It will be Rialto. Okay. This is a map we talked heavily about yesterday. In fact, a lot of these OWO teams and players just haven't really played a whole lot of Rialto in a professional setting. It wasn't in the OWL map pool last time around, but it has been in contenders. So maybe Hong Kong Attitude's players on the side of Hong Kong might have a little bit of an advantage here.
Yeah, statistically, this is a very defensively favored map. We see a lot less completions. Usually it's about 50% win rate for offense or defense, but here the defense is heavily favored. So we'll have to see who's going to be starting off fair. I do imagine, once again, it will be South Korea.
Would make a lot of sense. We're going to jump to a quick map explainer, though. How does Escort actually work?
This is Escort. Two teams face off as either defenders or attackers. This is the payload. The attacking team has a limited amount of time to escort the payload along a set path containing 3 checkpoints. The payload only moves forward when an attacker stands near it. Defenders can delay the payload's movement by standing nearby at the same time. To get moving again, attackers must clear away the defenders by force. Every time the payload reaches a checkpoint, the attackers score 1 point and gain additional time on the clock. If even one attacker is near the payload when the clock runs out, the game enters overtime. This extends play indefinitely until the attackers are either cleared off the payload or they gain more time by reaching a checkpoint. The round ends when the payload reaches the destination or when time runs out. Teams switch sides each round. Whichever team scores the most points and escorts the payload farthest wins.
And there you go. That's exactly how Escort works. Now it's going to be broken down in this game. South Korea on the defense first up, you call it, and Hong Kong on the offense.
South Korea going to be looking to go some boots on the ground once more. Fate picking up that trusty Reinhardt again. Going to be swinging for the fences, and Meko, his trusty Squire, at his back on the Zarya, giving you the projected barriers. And eventually going to shine by themselves, and they glow up like a Christmas tree with all the energy that you can get. Those of you who aren't too aware of the mechanics of Zarya, if the bubbles that you project, or the particle barriers, are hit by the enemy, you start to accrue energy. You can store up to 100 energy on Zarya, which dissipates over time, and every single point of energy from 1 to 100 increases your damage by 1%, meaning you can do up to double damage when you have 100 charge and get your Graviton Surge, an incredibly effective ultimate, very quickly.
I'm just saying, I mean, I think the Reinhardt's the Squire in this situation.
Mate,
like, you shield me, I do the damage.
Reinhardt is never the Squire. Like, he has a Squire. He's got Brigitte.
Yeah, but everybody else is doing the damage. He's not doing anything. He's just holding shield.
You know that Fraggy's got damage.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Oh dear.
Well,
that was
Carpe's doing damage
Mumi watches Jazzy die on the point. She jumps up and briefly trips over the ankle and just unfortunately ends up going down.
Carpe's cruel. I'm going to make you watch your friends.
Unlucky. Mui doesn't really see anything in that situation. Ends up just backing off at the time. Yiwin going fairly aggressive though. He's going to want to force Libero off the high ground. Just on the Genji. Uh-oh, Carpe, not where you want to be. Mui finds his head. First kill for Mui on the board, but Arc is there with the swift resurrection.
Not quite as aggressive as one would like from Hong Kong to try and move it into deny that resurrection from Arc, who has fallen low. Jonak's down, and that means the resurrection still isn't here. It's on a 30-second cooldown, and Carpe was brought up.
Nice. Now Hong Kong can move through these streets, and he wins.
Oh, monster.
Okay, this is why they brought him in. Takes out 2. Carpe and Arc going to go down. Maybe this is the advantage I was speaking about, Harry. They haven't played it. This is the secret sauce that everybody needs to beat the South Korean team. You guys haven't played Rialto in a professional format. Well, welcome to our world.
They got out the hot sauce jaws, and it's getting spicy here on Rialto. South Korea still have a chance to try and keep this contested here. Libero's moved over now onto that Genji. He's going to have a quick reflect to put Mue on notice and can't. Fate's moving in, but it's caught in the Dragon, won't be able to contest.
Nice Dragon Strike coming out from the hand zone. That does mean they're going to be able to get pushed back. Carpe, oh, you've unspotted Mui, not where you want to be anymore. Yiwin does receive a nano boost, jumps straight onto the point. He's going to be able to demech Neko and kill him off. Beautiful first cap here from Hong Kong. That's a beautiful time bank also. 5 minutes now available to them. And Carpe's dead. Perfect. Hong Kong can now move through these streets pretty much uncontested.
Well, no question as to why Hong Kong chose Rialto. Yiwin returning to payload now for a little bit of healing. He has built up that primal rage. He's not moving forward at the moment, or at least he's not doing damage because he does not want to feed ultimate percentage to the supports of South Korea. Both of them already have their ultimates, but still, it's a good practice.
However, Libero has got the blade, was able to build it up throughout those fights, meaning that he can unleash it whenever he likes, and receive that damage boost from Arc. Beautiful shot, again, from Mue. Just a perfect sightline as well for the Widowmaker. You can just see people over the payload there. Yiwin goes from the back line, still has primal rage for the defense if he needs it. Jonak is going to be in trouble, but apparently the back line and the support line of Hong Kong are in trouble as well. Libero is going to end up finding Kao on the Hanzo, and that will be the Zenyatta going down also. And now clean-up crew for the side of South Korea. Yiwin find themselves in a sticky situation inside his own bubble, and Carpe sees it go down and easily clicks on it.
Some fancy footwork there from Macau to try and avoid the acrobatics of his younger brother on the Genji, but unfortunately you're going to need more than fancy footwork to get past South Korea, who have held now under the archway and can set up here.
Carpe. That's slow-mo death onto Jazzy. You're going to pay for it with every inch. See, bubble goes down, bang, instantly killed. Carpe showing up once again. 57% on ult charge. Jonak's going to go down. Resurrection swiftly brought out by Arc to make sure Jonak doesn't go down once again. Got to be careful, man. Do not challenge Mue, especially when you don't have Carpe there.
Yeah, Carpe now is going to be fully looking to challenge Mue there. Instead, oh, you thought you got out, buddy, but no, Mue's just going to evict you.
Evisceration. Even Jonak's going to go down once more, being a little bit too aggressive maybe. Libero's going to find the slice and dice through Jazzy, but Yiwin's coming up big with the nano boost once more. Arc is going to fall, and that means Hong Kong have won this team fight for the time being. However, not so fast as Fate jumps in on the back line, but swiftly was Yiwin able to corral the rest of his team and be able to win the fight from there.
Crucially, this entire... Oh no, not again!
This is torture. You know we had him for sights. There's a global voice line, Carpe. What are you doing? 90% on your own, though, so you're going to be able to bring that out. But another 4 minutes here for Hong Kong to push up to this final point.
Just giving him the old cheeky peek. And now Hong Kong with 4 minutes here. That's a very good time bank. We talked about how Rialto can be defensively favored, or rather scientifically is defensively favored, but it doesn't look like that's much condolence right now for South Korea, who have won this series, but certainly aren't winning Rialto right now.
Hey, they're going to show up. Libero's got the blade once more. Emphasized coming out to spot every member of Hong Kong out. Jazzy falls first to Carpe's headshot. Might not need the blade now. Main healer falling down does mean they don't really need anything, any more ult investment. In South Korea, one thing they've done extremely well, in fact, obviously the multiple things that they've done well, is just holding ults when they actually don't need them. Because Carpe activating the emphasize and finding one kill just more or less means you've won the fight.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Fate now going to be dueling out against Yiwin, who's been incredibly impressive thus far, and is getting a lot of healing from Jazzy. That long-range bardic rifle, very good at sustaining those tanks in fights if Fate doesn't use his shield to try and block him off. Quick sleep there, but just as quickly woken up.
Carpe needing a little help killing Moe this time, and Libero is going to be there, but Libero is taken out rather quickly. Another big flank from Carpe. Uh-oh, you know exactly where he is now. Going to have to back off. Transcendence used to save the Ana. Carpe going extremely low, but still willing to peek as that bomb did come off as well. Fake trying to go for the mid-air duel on the Hanzo. Easy kill for him. Just there's Orb of Harmony on that Widowmaker, so you're going to have to back off. Mui alive and well for the time being, but that might just be all said and done. Zenyatta taking the 1v1, but GZQQ was there with the backup.
Some great shield dancing there from Fate to try and avoid the charge shot was coming in from Mango Jai. In comes the self-destruct. Looks like Jonak might be caught and eviscerated by the shrapnel, but Ark may well be ready to come in with herself with a resurrection. Not quite. They're going to instead try and just move away here. South Korea going to give up some space to Hong Kong. Instead, they want to play with all 6 members respawn.
Nice Sonic arrow actually hitting Arc there, revealing most of the teammates. Libero comes in with a blade though. Mikau's going to go down. Jazzy is going to be next. That will be the Winston falling to Libero with the triple kill. He was waiting for the blade. 1 ult investment, 3 kills, 1 team fight. Fate went down in the chaos, but gets resurrected once again.
And now Hong Kong, they're going to be relying very heavily on the single ultimate, which they have. Mikau with the Dragon Strike. And already, it's been used from spawn. I imagine Mikau's now going to be swapping over potentially to a Genji or to a Brigitte. Okay, may well be swapping up the comp entirely here. Usually see Brigitte trying to come in to defend some supports. We see Jazzy moving over from that Ana on to the Mercy. Less raw healing available for these tanks, but it does mean they're much more mobile and able to avoid Libero a little bit better.
His unpack's going to be pretty useful for Mango Jai as well. Mui. He knows where Carpe is, or at least he thinks he knows. Carpe is, however, in the spawn. As you can see, E-Wind is going to get taken out. Carpe now moving forwards, but Fate is going to do most of the work for him as he does corral them into the sight line. Another thing that we talked about yesterday was the fact that a lot of these tanks, especially on the side of South Korea, Mako and Fate, they just corral them straight into the sight line of Carpe, and Carpe is there just to kill them off. Mue now moving forward, has got the damage use from Jazzy, so he might be able to take out Libero here if he's careful enough. Got to avoid Carpe first up, but Mako's still got the bomb.
And the reason they can corral so well is because Mako and Fate are very good at going on the same target, so their damage combined is too much to stay in one place and try and brawl out against these tanks. Fate sounds to the back, though, he only needs his own damage to deal with Mue.
Mue was all on his lonesome. Arc will activate the ultimate. Long range healing from the Mercy now, and can sit in the skybox as well. Libero building up towards another blade. 90%. He's ready to unleash when it gets out, but he might not even need it. Dashes through GZQQ. Another kill onto Jazzy. Can't sleep dart him if you're not the Ana, can't even bionade him. Mercy, wings were clipped, and Libero has the blade.
He does, and it's going to be very hard to defend against, but Mango Jai does have a Transcendence, which is the best answer across Overwatch for a blade, except for killing the Genji. He can give 300 HPS to everyone within the radius of that effect, and we can see if he's going to be able to hold his nerve until Libero is going to draw out that blade.
Oh, double headshot. Blade comes out as well. 5 seconds remaining. They're going to have to get on the car. Even Jonak using that Transcendence to keep everybody alive and well. Mikau's going to go down on the Brigitte. They chase down Yi-Wind, and that'll be Mango Jai coming in the end with the Transcendence. Manages to get a little bit healing off. Jazzy is going very low, though. Libero's going to end the misery of GZQQ. Self-destruct on the point. Nothing needed. No extra ultimates. Mako, he's sitting there. He's got the self-destruct. He don't need it. Mui's going to go down. Did hop on the Tracer, but wasn't able to get anything done. Hong Kong with an impressive push. Do manage to secure 2 points on the board.
It's about as far as you get. And that's about as far as South Korea got yesterday against Finland. So, can't be complaining too much about that. But now, we have to see if South Korea can do a little bit better, Jules. It's their turn to attack on Rialto. Defensively favored, like we said. And Hong Kong appear to have a very solid plan for this escort map. So we'll have to see if that plan holds true when they move over onto the defense.
We saw the Doomfist, we saw the Wrecking Ball. I cannot wait to see if they're actually going to bring that out again. You know, I was talking to Ark a little bit and I said, you're going to have some special plan for today, right? You've got to have some funny picks. I was like, you're going to play Doomfist again? That'd be so much fun. He was like, yeah, Doomfist, not really much of a surprise anymore. It's just really fun to play. And he's like, you know, I'd love to play a little bit soon.
It's fun to watch as well.
It is fun to watch. Kind of frustrating when to play against, I'm not going to lie. The uppercut one-shot on the Zenyatta. Jonak, I thought you were playing.
Jaws is a Zen main. He does have a bone to pick with Doomfist.
I just get farmed. I literally get farmed by Doomfist. It's actually scary. So, oh, Doomfist on the enemy team. Looks like I'm not going to play the game now.
Oh, there's no time for farming. It's time for casting. Jaws moving over. on to the defense. 46 seconds until South Korea are let out of the gate. And right now, just doing a little bit of mess around with the spawn room. So let's look to the other side. Hong Kong on the defense have gone for those dive tanks and want to move between targets very quickly. They have to go onto the same one so they can combine the 135 DPS of the fusion cannons from GZQQ with a 60 DPS coming out of Yi-Win's Tesla coil. 60 DPS is the same as Mercy currently heals on the patch which we are competing, which means that if you are attacking a target as Winston, it's got the Mercy pocket on it, you're not really going to be doing any net damage. You need that combined damage from other diving targets or from snipers on that target to try and get the kill there. Or you can just go onto the Mercy itself, but Mercy is incredibly evasive due to Guardian Angel being on a 2-second cooldown.
3, 2, 1. South Korea on the offense now, Hong Kong on the defense, and what a boon of confidence from Hong Kong as well, securing 2 points against South Korea. Like you just said, they got this far against Finland the other day, and I gotta say, Hong Kong, they know exactly what they're doing. The game plan is stick Mui on that Widowmaker, double sniper also with those dive tanks. Just give Mui a lot of space, and he's granting himself a lot of space here. Ark, you're sitting still, buddy!
Brutal.
Your head's just going to be revealed. They know where he is now, but he's just dip, duck, diving and dodging on those railings. Carpe is going to find the kill onto Mango Jai. He's on the Brigitte this time. He wants to have a little bit of fun. He's going to take a little bit of damage. However, Mui doesn't quite get out alive. In fact, Libero is going to end his life.
Who needs a Mercy? We'll just have Jonak solo support. And there he is, taking out Yiwind as well, taking care of himself. And also, Carpe throwing him an armor pack, going to make it very hard in the face of danger. That will fade away after a while. Look at Fate building up very quickly towards that Earth Shadow and Libero. Oh no, are they going to try and spawn camp Ark?
I think they are.
Macau.
Wrong place, wrong time, buddy.
Oh, they came back for a pickup. Great team play there from South Korea.
But now they know Macau's behind, so they know exactly how to position the shield. You can see Fate turning around, make sure he doesn't take arrows to the back. Yiwin's going to go low on the point, going to dash back to that mega health pack, but Jonak going fairly low on the side also. The supports are getting harassed, meaning Fate can't really push forward here. And now, finally, Carpe coming up big. Yiwind is going to get affected by that Bionic Grenade and going to move forward with that Nano Boost as well, doing a lot of additional damage. Jonak, main DPS, it seems right now. South Korea is going to find Macau once again, but Mui's going to take out Libero. They end up delivering the cart, however, as they were all pushed back as Carpe assaults the bridge and is able to find the kill onto GZQQ's mech.
Hong Kong going to quickly have to retreat here. They see the melee weapons of Carpe and Fate swinging forward, and they don't want to have anything to do with that. In the back, Libero going to pick off Jazzy with that Storm Bow. That's going to be someone who they're going to have to wait to respawn before they recontest it. Meanwhile, South Korea, they're pushing this cart forward rather quickly. Look at Jonak there, the trusty carts in Yata. He knows that he doesn't have damage drop, so he can just stay there as long as he wants.
Cart Yata, maybe they should make a skin of that where he dresses up.
Zen Carter.
Zen Carter, that's better. Actually, I like that one. Don't come for me to design decisions. I was a programmer once upon a time and left the design to everybody else. South Korea though, look at those ultimates. Almost got 6 on the board. That'll be Libero with another kill. Mango Giant's going to go down, and now Fate pushing forward rather aggressively. Not where you want to be, GZQQ, unfortunately. You can admire the artwork in the paintings, but you're going to be splattered across the wall and join them soon. GZQQ getting taken out as well as he just exit the Met rather quickly. Nice nade onto Fate, stops that healing coming through, but a nice grab also is going to end the life of Macau. That will be an easy right click for Jonak just to pick up, and that'll be a res onto Libero also. Very swift push coming through from South Korea.
And that's a really good decision making there from Fate to keep his shield up rather than swinging into the Graviton. He knew that he already had his ultimate, so he wasn't going to be gaining anything from that. He would only be gaining damage and trying to kill the members of Hong Kong, but he knew that he had so much burst on his team from Libero with that Hanzo where he can hit the headshots and take people out in one shot, that they would be able to claim this one after another. And that means that Libero now has the Dragon Strike ready to go. They're going to try and use this to secure this point against Hong Kong, but look at the ultimates that Hong Kong have. They have 4 ready to go. It's going to be an ultimate showdown, Jules.
They have to get past that rally as well. Carpe did activate that a second ago. Mako and Jonak, extremely tough targets to now chew through. Fate moving forwards, and look how look at his position right now. He's just holding this corner here, just making sure the tanks can't get a good angle to really dive. He has got Shadow also, so if they do end up exiting and leaving the back line of Hong Kong, they will go down. Look at where the cart's position, though. Is going to be a couple of meters now away from the finish line. Fate just chewing through this bubble. He has to get rid of it before he can go for that Shadow. Carpe already finding one. Jazzy as well. Hammer hits the ground, doesn't find anybody, and a Nano boosted Hanzo off to the side, trying to kill off Carpe. And the Dragons are going to make sure an easy D-Meg comes through from GZQQ, and the self-destruct actually kills Libero off. Face still on the cart, and you got to touch it. Mango Jai finds one with the help of Macau. That'll be Jonak falling, but Libero is going to be there. Easy kills for him. That will be the Primal Raging Winston using the ultimate on Carpe.
Look at Fate shielding out the heals.
He's going to easily go down, as like you said, no heals from him. Jazzy can't penetrate that barrier, and now it's just the Tracer, but Mui steps off for a brief moment, and South Korea 4-0 Hong Kong.
There was so much fight at the end there from Hong Kong, trying their best to struggle against the Titans that are South Korea on their home turf here in Incheon. Unfortunately, South Korea, they have won 2 times in a row, Jaws. They are a monolith and very hard to topple.
It's well, yeah.
Very hard to crack.
Very hard to crack. All the chinks in the armor, only just bruised. No cracks in the armor just yet. However, Hong Kong securing 2 points actually on Rialto really shows their strength. We've already picked up on Mui, but Yi Wind also receives a lot of support from his Ana, and the Nano Booster put to very good use as well.
Yeah, we saw a change in style there from Hong Kong. They moved over from Reinhardt-centric compositions where they had Am Crazy playing on that main tank more. Instead, they decided they were going to move over to be Winston-based, so they could move into a backline. They could pressure out Jonak, they could pressure out Carpe, and make sure these guys weren't getting the space they had earlier in the game.
And that seemed extremely important, not only because they were pressuring out the supports in the back line, but it gave Mui a whole lot room to maneuver as well. And he wasn't, and the supports from Hong Kong weren't as well, were more protected just because of that. And I want to see more Yi Wind, honestly. The Nano Boost usage has just been stupendous, and them putting a lot of resources into him, throwing the nade on him also to make sure he's getting a lot of healing, because you are going up against Fate, the Reinhardt Beast, and he's just kind of swinging into you whenever he feels like it, and you have to have that additional healing to survive it. But when he does, he makes the backline tremble in fear.
Yeah, Fate's he's super intelligent when it comes to those battles. He denies healing as well as doing damage when it comes to dealing with an Nano, where you can use the shields to block those Bardic rifle shots.
Well, with that 4-0, South Korea will stay firmly up to the top of that group. We're going to jump over to the stage, though. Golden Boy has got an interview for us.
Okay, Golden Boy here with Ark, the support player for Team South Korea. Ark, congratulations on your win. Very familiar territory, me and you talking once again here. So, how, I guess, has the team been after that Finland matchup yesterday? Because that was such a close game.
Everyone was actually really, really tired. So, like, some of them just went to sleep afterwards. So, something like that.
I did the same thing. I went straight to sleep. Yeah, very, very lazy of me. Okay, so now as far as this matchup was concerned, you know, Hong Kong, obviously, you know, kind of a weaker opponent here. You guys looking very strong, but did you guys still prep for them and see like what you could do? Because, you know, Mue was hitting some incredible shots. Did you think about how to play around that a little bit, or just do your thing?
We tried to do our things, but actually we saw their balls, how did they play, and well, try to pick out some comms from it, and I think it works great.
So your next matchup is going to be against Japan later today. They are a good team. You know, everyone's calling them the dark horse team. Do you think that they're going to put up a challenge, or do you think that South Korea is going to be able to overcome all those odds?
I think they'll put up the challenge, of course, but we should win 4-0 because I made a promise that, yeah, something, so.
Yeah. So they should win 4-0 because you made the promise and you got to win 4-0. Okay. All right. Well, Ark, thank you so much for your time, buddy. We're going to send it back over to the casters and everyone to break it all down.
Well, Ark seeming pretty confident. I'm going to 4-0. I made a promise to somebody.
He's
so
a good guy. He keeps his promises.
Well, there we go. Hopefully,
it's a respectable trait
hopefully
in
they
any
do.
human.
But Japan, you know, like Golden Boy said, they've put up quite a challenge, and they are the dark horse of this group.
Yeah, they are coming as an entire team. Cyclops Athlete Gaming coming in from Contender specifically are a finalist there for that Contender season, so pretty formidable team. But have to see what they can do against the Overwatch League caliber that is South Korea.
Yep. And let's break down this game a little bit more now. You saw the stats actually from Ark on the left-hand side of the screen during that interview. 55 defensive assists, 14 resurrections as well.
He's always in the correct place to be healing people in a clutch moment. We can see that Jazzy did have his moments as well. He was the main Ana player for the side of Hong Kong, and we don't see a huge amount of Ana. It's coming to be more in vogue in recent weeks, but it's still not always seen. We often see more of like the classical Mercy's and Yada combination that often came out of Seoul.
Carpe. It's just a highlight reel, really. Zam Crazy just kind of getting demolished on point. Did find the flame strike kill onto Meko's mech, but that was all done. Lift the shield for a moment, and you will end up getting taken out. Even Mui had some performances, but Meko on this point specifically, they're doing a good job at this with this Reinhardt, with this Orisa D.Va comp, but just challenging the high ground, making sure they can carve space.
Yeah, and we can see Libero also incredibly dangerous on that Junkrat, was able to demolish the tank line of Hong Kong multiple times by using those high damage projectiles, which are incredibly effective against these tank lines because they're so easy to hit. Projectiles inherently are a little bit harder to aim with, so when you're going up against large hitboxes, it can be incredibly rewarding.
There we go, Yi-Win popping off. This is when they subbed him in. They subbed him in for the 4th match, and that was a nasty kill. Carpe definitely wasn't expecting that.
Carpe definitely wasn't expecting Mue, and I don't think anyone really was except for chat going with the spec Mue, and we definitely saw quite a bit of him. But we had to spectate everyone here because everyone was really doing incredibly well on the side of both South Korea and Hong Kong.
Nice 1v1. Jonak, the king of Zenyatta, 1v1 in Hanzo's like it's nothing.
Just, you got to respect the king. If you don't respect the king, then you are going to fall down. I saw Mue trying to go with a duel for a duel with him more often. I think he actually won out more duels against Carpe than he did out against Jonak.
Yeah, it does feel like does feel like it. I mean, even though with the Storm Arrow, you got 6 shots, you can just fire off them pretty damn rapidly. But the problem is, you got Jonak. He's got those orbs of destruction.
He's got 20 of them in a clip.
A whole lot of damage.
Yeah, especially if you charge him up, just peeks around the corner and decimates you.
Oh, we have got a match coming up very soon as well.
Yeah, do you want to tell me what it is, Jules?
No.
Oh.
Sure. It's Chinese Taipei versus Japan. We talked about them earlier, Japan being this dark horse. Chinese Taipei showing a little something. I want to see if this synergy from Japan is really going to win them out in this next game.
Yeah, definitely will be a slobber knocker, but we'll see you after this break.
We'll see you after.